Yeah.
This is a pretty lengthy doc. Who wrote this?
It's a whole page.
I'll show you a lengthy doc.
Oh, let's not go there. I don't want to see your lengthy doc.
Whoa. you know I am a long-winded scribe. I have been described.
You got a long
This is already off to a flying start. It's just a lot of bullet points. I mean, of course we have a lot to talk about.
scribe.
I like how this week I'm like, this is the only week where I need it to be a little bit short because I'm terrified of sleeping past my new job tomorrow that starts really early. And you write the longest doc.
This is nowhere close.
It's the longest.
You guys, wow, we need to go back to basic reading comprehension. You guys haven't read any of this. You've just looked at it and been like, it went down. There's a lot of sections divvied up, but they're short. It's quick. That's what white space does. You didn't learn that at Chat GPT University.
No, but I take your bullet points and I put it into Chat GPT and I say, condense this even further,
and it
please.
sends you a lot of dog shit, and that's where you're like, oh my god, a full page of talking points. How am I, as a professional podcaster, in 153 episodes of the greatest podcast ever assembled, how am I to handle this? On top of your new job, which congrats on the new job.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man.
It was a long time coming for sure. I'd been at Amazon for a really long time.
Now we can talk even more shit about Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Because we were so
it's like
I told him
streaming platform.
I told him that every day, which is why I had to find
in
a new
those
job.
meetings. In those meetings that he was totally in.
He probably gets AI summaries of every meeting that occurs at Amazon.
Oh my god. If he got AI summaries of every meeting that ever happened at Amazon in just one day, I feel like that would take like a lifetime to read. There are a lot of meetings there.
Well, not if they were very well summarized.
I'm sure there are so
like
many
I'm 5.
meetings that could be emails that are not emails. And hopefully those meetings will become emails.
Terry's just trying to Terry's supposed to find any angle to write things.
As someone who writes for a living, how dare I?
Hey, I have a question for you. Actually, this is a good question for both of you. When we were in school, and they may still teach us in school, but when we were in school, you learned cursive. And I felt like it was a couple weeks that it took to teach cursive.
At least.
Is that still...
No.
Could those couple weeks be divvied up in a better way?
This is where we're gonna fall down the rabbit hole of like reassessing all of American education.
It was a conversation I was having. Yeah.
Yes,
with Yuri.
Absolutely. They could be divvied up in a better way because I did have cursive. I think it was in 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I think it was about 2 weeks, Benny.
2nd or 3rd grade, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't remember it. No other like grade after that tried to bring it back up to retain it. And I still struggled to read it. I do.
Really?
Think, yeah.
Oh yeah. It must be a public or a private school thing because I had to write in cursive like until 8th grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, as long as they learned something. We didn't. It could have been more than I'm totally remembering. It wasn't past 5th grade though, but
I definitely could still write in it, and I can read it fine. I think also like, well, Terry, do your parents write in cursive?
A little bit, yeah.
Or some sort of like
my grandparents always did.
Yeah. My parents, my mom kind of writes in cursive. She's shifted away. My dad does not. But I feel like that helped kind of ingrain it in my brain because I already knew her writing style.
Right.
My grandparents.
It's all in like, it's kind of all relative where if you're just like, hey kids, this is cursive for 3 weeks. And then after that, we're going to move on to other shit and we're not going to revisit this. Like, then yeah, that's pointless. But I also do believe that there's something in studying historic languages, even ones that aren't used much anymore.
Like cursive.
Even, like the written.
The cursive language. I'm fluent in cursive and Spanish.
The presentation of
cursing language.
Yeah, I hear you.
Cursing language. But it's like, if cursive totally died, then a generation or two after us would uncover all of this old historical stuff and be like, whoa, what is this stuff that almost looks like English and have no idea what to do with it? Like, I think that's bad. So I think you should keep those kinds of things alive. There's actually, I'm glad you asked this. I wasn't planning on bringing this up, but there's a great Irish rap group doing some cool shit right now. They're called Kneecap. There's 3 dudes from Belfast, and they're fluent in English, as all people.
We don't count them as Irish,
but like their language was obviously taken away from them by the British Empire. So like all of their songs are in Old Irish, and it's like kind of their music is like an attempt to like invoke some life into the Irish language. And there are kids who like look up to them and are like learning Irish because they like these songs. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's been a big push in Ireland and Wales, I think, to bring Gaelic back. They have like their signs, like in Canada.
It's different than
like
Gaelic.
In Canadian bacon, you have to have it in English
and there's Irish. Gaelic. There's like, and it's all, just kinds of different flavors of the same shit, but whatever. It's still part of history.
That's a kneecap.
I love history.
Yeah. They're going to kneecap you in Belfast.
No, I'm
throw a car bomb in your car.
Yeah. That's not just a kneecap.
If anything, I'm advocating for tolerance. But I think languages are cool. I even think fictional languages are cool. I think the presentation and like the way fonts are presented are dope. So yes, I think cursive should stay alive. I think if it's taught thoughtlessly for the sake of teaching it, it should not be part of it, Benny. So yes and no is my answer to your question.
No, my question to your answer of his question, I think that's right, is which cursive letters are that hard to identify? They're literally just loopy regular letters.
I would have to be looking at a document.
No one's going to look at cursive and be like, my God, what is that symbol?
The Declaration of Independence. We can't read it.
Yeah.
Some days I wish we couldn't.
I would say if you had to say though, which I would say like,
haven't you seen Billy Madison, JP? The cursive unit maybe is the big Z? Plot change of that movie.
G? Are the capital G? Are those like the toughest ones to identify?
Those or S.
In S.
Okay. I have the John Wooden.
Or lowercase f. That's confusing. It looks like a J.
The only example I have in front of me right now is I have the John Wooden Pyramid of Success directly in front of me at my desk, and that's written.
You can't decipher it
normal
because it's cursive. Think
about
how much loss of knowledge that is.
It's signed Best Wishes John Wooden in cursive. The rest of it is in normal type, but I can read all letters of Best Wishes John Wooden. So I don't have an example for you of like what I struggled with, but also I don't think I could, like, my signature is a sloppy mess. If I ever got real famous, that would be tough. When my book comes out and I have to do book signings, that's going to look like dog shit. I got to figure something out for that.
Yeah,
there's a service you can use that will help you like design signature and then like teach you how to write it and like help you practice it.
Ooh, really? I like that. See, that's a practical use for AI. Not taking jobs away from human writers, making human writers write cooler looking signatures in the books that they really wrote. And let's just stop the advancement of that technology there. Anyway, this is the 153rd episode of the Belligerent Beavs podcast.
Let's go.
This very on-topic introduction is brought to you by Damnation, I guess. It's not baseball season anymore, or college baseball season anymore, so I can't shout out Seam Headed, though I guess I kind of just did.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do have a lot to talk about. I feel like everything that's in the doc, which you guys are giving me shit for writing too much, I honestly thought I wrote very little, but there's not a ton of talking
short
points
sentences.
They are short sentences. The short sentences can be great sometimes. But
There's
it's a
1,
lot.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 talking points.
Through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 top. If we hit these just in order right now, it would be the shortest, most efficient episode in Belligerent Beavs history. But we don't.
Let's do it.
I'd say no. Here's what I want to do first. I think
just
what
like like how we threw the intro like 50 minutes into the last episode, we should make this episode.
Well, that was
super speedy, like 50
Beaver
minutes.
legend and OSU basketball immortality Steve Johnson hopped on at the perfect time and was just ready and just came correct with all the talking points and gave us the best episode we've ever had without doing anything. That was like we were like the right fielder and the no hitter who never had a ball hit our way. And we still get to be in the dog pile afterwards. Like, yeah, we helped that shit. Or like how Tyrese Halliburton, after winning a gold medal and posted a view lead to Instagram with his gold medal when you did nothing with the group project, but still got the A, which is just great self-awareness that I think all of our young people should strive to emulate.
Before we get into to Beaver sports, shout out to Steph Curry for literally setting the nets on fire.
I think we should talk about the Olympics first, because then we can go into our shout outs for Beaver Olympians, and then we can go into a deeper episode.
All right, let's do it.
But Steph Curry, that was just another incredible chapter of his legend. I know JP was going crazy, and I mean, all Americans everywhere should have been going crazy. But when he got going, I was like, okay, it's over. This is dope. Nice to have Curry, who just by happenstance really hasn't gotten a fair chance at a gold medal. And I knew it's something he really wanted. And to have that moment in the gold medal game was great. But when he hit the fourth one over like
14 French players
feet of French like towering defense, it went out of the top of the screen on the TV I was watching it on and came back down. I was like, this is just silly. He shot
like a regular man's floater.
Right? Yeah,
just like in the lane floater, but he did it from like 6 feet behind the arc.
And he had LeBron and Kevin Durant wide open too, and so he had a ton of confidence.
Fuck everyone else, shoot that stuff. The men's basketball was a thrilling finish. Women's gold medal game gave me a fucking heart attack, but we got it done. Double goals in basketball at the expense of the French, which probably the biggest 48 hours in the history of French basketball. Hosting back-to-back gold medal games in Paris. Yeah. Pretty amazing. Yeah, I think an amazing accomplishment for them. And still we were like, nah, we're going to get our 5th straight gold in men's basketball and our 8th straight gold in women's basketball. And dope shot, Gabby Williams, but your foot was on the line. But yeah, very incredible tournament. Curry was just, that was, next level shit.
Yeah,
when you don't think someone like Curry can add any more to their legacy, like he does something like that in the Olympics, is crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there's kind of 2 components of it, right? Obviously, it's the legacy aspect. There was one ticket he hadn't punched yet, really, in the grand scheme of it all. And I don't really know what's left for that man to accomplish at this point.
Dunk contest.
Making an incredible TV show.
Maybe reclaiming the single game 3-point record from Clay against the Mavs when they come into Chase Center in November. But
he's going to retire and win the Masters in like 5 years.
Probably. But like it was, so I was really excited and glad to see him do that. I think it's funny that the little Curry flurry that he went on, not little, it was obviously very big and on the biggest global stage. But like, he's done that so much for Warriors fans and Warriors games and Warriors victories, or made a game tighter when it was seemingly getting out of reach, that I almost just like, as soon as he hit the first one, I said, if he hits his next one, he's gonna be throwing them up and feeling it. And there's then the second, then the third, and then when he put the fourth in, it was almost like I had seen that play out so many times already in my fandom of the Warriors that it was like, of course he did that. But it secured the gold, and it was like one of those moments that you don't really get in that tournament because it's not really their profession, and I think it's all pride. Most guys, have a lot of pride. That's how they end up being as successful as they are, or anyone that's an Olympian in general. But the money in like the NBA as an Olympic sport trumps everything that anyone else pretty much makes in any of their other sports. So the Olympics actually carries a lot more weight for them in that sense. But this team in this season did seem like they had a little bit more than just their, pride on the line. Curry clearly wanted to accomplish something he knew he had one shot at and took over like he tends to do when he feels like he's the only one who can make it happen. My favorite part wasn't even just the whole like gold medal and Curry carrying them to the end. The night, yes, the night was a favorite moment. But my favorite part was actually the fans, everybody on social media, because for the first time in like 10 years, people that weren't Warriors fans were back on Curry's side, and it was almost like watching them all eat crow, because I saw like, man, this is what it must be like to root for Steph Curry.
Of course, turn it into like a negative, toxic thing.
I wish that I could
we're all Americans, we're all happy, but also fuck all you dickheads who cheer against the Warriors.
Yeah, no, I don't mind the Warriors. I get the hate, dude. That comes with the territory. But like the Steph hate, because everyone loves Steph. Everyone loved him when he was first coming up, and then all of a sudden it's funny, like he's so egotistical. Oh, he's such a show off, and he taunts and talks all this smack, and he's annoying. And all of that really comes from the fact that he was doing those shots to your teams. But now you get to be on the benefiting side of it all, and it was just nice. It was a nice moment for me to be like, see, everybody, how enjoyable of a basketball player this man is. Like, yeah, and I mean, yeah, the eating crow part was a cherry on top, but also like, it was just nice to like re-embrace Steph with like every basketball fan pretty much like in the world at that point. So
that hate must come from fans that have teams that think that they have a shot against the Warriors or in the NBA in general.
It happens a lot up here.
Does it?
Be very surprised.
Yeah. The other, before we move on to Oregon State sports, I thought the gold medal game was awesome, and watching Steph go off was awesome. The game against Serbia, I think I liked almost better because of that guy.
I thought they were done
doing the Carmelo, and then and LeBron just going off. Yeah,
who had courtside tickets? Who was sitting courtside?
Yeah, that was not
Olympic
smart.
Melo. Olympic Melo is different than NBA Melo. Olympic Melo is a god. You're messing with a higher power by doing that, and I don't blame them for feeling themselves. That was about as on the ropes as this team has ever been since 2004. So I don't blame them for that.
So 2004 was when it was like
they won
when they got knocked out. Yeah, or not knocked out.
It was young LeBron, young Dwayne Wade, young Melo, and like Tim Duncan was on the team, but it was like Marbury, Iverson, Larry Brown was the coach. It was just kind of like a weird team that didn't really fit together. And it was also at a time where like Argentina had gotten really goddamn good. Lithuania was really good. It was just kind of because even the 2000 Olympic team, if you like go back and look, they got the gold, but there were some close calls in that Olympics as well. So it was kind of trending towards that moment. And then 04 was like, you're not sending all of your biggest guns, USA. Like, the rest of the world's caught up enough to where you can't win this tournament without your biggest guns. And now the women's tournament looks like that too, because they did send their biggest guns and just narrowly escaped. So I think we're going to see a tremendous Olympic basketball tournament in 2028 in LA. So
in LA,
and also
it'll be interesting to see if that's at the Staples Center or at the new Clipper Stadium.
I bet it's at the Dome, Stadium. The whatever dome, the Balmer
with the wall of seats,
whatever.
Could have been Seattle.
Could have
into a dome. Get into it.
Englewood.
Get Englewood.
It will be hard to get
always
into
up to no good
in the Olympics. But also, what else can we say? Well, like this needs to be pre-beer segment because it's so important. We got to shout out all of the Oregon State Olympians, and we are going to start obviously with Jade Carey. Last week we were able to talk about her gold medal in the team event and her bronze medal in the vault final. Since that episode, though, Jade Carey had returned to the States, returned to Corvallis to a great welcome party, and announced that she's coming back for another season. To
surprising,
compete
and
in gymnastics for Oregon State University. One more go. Call it the last dance if you want to. Call it whatever you want. But Jade Carey has another year as an Oregon State athlete. And I think that is just some of the best news that we could have hoped for, because I think a lot of us have been like, it's so dope. She went to Oregon State. Look what she's doing. And now we get one more year of Jade and just her brilliance and elegance and talent on the mat. And that's just great news for everyone in Beaver Nation.
Yep. Yeah. Especially after the year that we had with so many big names leaving the athletic department, having what I don't even think it's arguable, the biggest name in the athletic department staying.
Yeah.
Right. That's huge.
Certainly the most decorated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say biggest name when it comes to what kind of caliber athlete you're going to go watch. Like, I can't think of somebody else, at least in this upcoming athletic calendar year or school year, that carries as much weight as Jade Carey does.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. See what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jade, carry us home.
Love
Nothing.
it. Way to go, Jade. No, not laughing on. Yeah. I think that was such a cool moment. Also, I think it was cool that she was able to announce it like at the welcome back rally.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if anyone was really expecting it, but people went nuts. Like,
oh yeah,
that almost looked like a political rally.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I also wasn't there watching it live or anything. But when I was looking back at videos and everything else, and go, anyone that was there must have looked at her and been like, "She's back here."
Yeah.
Why? Like,
right. Yeah, good point.
Yeah. Like, why is there a welcome event here? Her family lives in Arizona, and if anything, she would have just gone home.
Yeah.
With her 3 medals all time and just been like, that was fun.
Well, good. And it's interesting because I think there would have to be a very unique circumstance for her to compete in LA in 2028, right? Because we talked about this last week. She'd be 28. She's 24 right now.
Yeah, I think so.
And they kept on talking about how Simone Biles is like, it's very unusual for her to be in the Olympics at her age, and she's 26. So I think it's fair to say that that's probably Jade's last Olympics. So I was thinking about that too. It's like, where do you go from there? Like, where is there to really compete? And certainly not at that level. So, I mean, I think for her, it makes a lot of sense to come back to Oregon State. But to your point, I don't think anyone was really thinking that way and like expecting it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but her body language, everything about the rally, totally, as she, like, her entrance, I mean, everything led to being like, she's got to be sticking around, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
This isn't like a welcome rally in her hometown. So why is she doing it? But I'm glad she is. I can't wait to go watch her one more time in person.
And if we can get the designers who designed that USA jacket that she was wearing to make some Beaver gear, that would be much appreciated. That jacket was awesome.
Yeah, where'd it come from?
Was it
Nike? I think it was the US. It was the US like Olympic jacket. I saw a couple
Olympians had it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a lot of buckles on it. Or snaps.
It looked like Axl Rose's white leather jacket that he wore back in like the late 80s. It was awesome.
So you'd wear it to an 80s night is what you're saying.
Oh, yes.
Crystal Ballroom.
Speaking of, we should go to 80s night next time we're all in Portland.
Yeah, we haven't been to an 80s night together in like 8 years.
Yeah, since almost the 80s.
Maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
That's wild. We'll look at this outside the episode.
They are.
But congrats to Jade. We're glad to have you back. And of course, we got to give credit to all of the Oregon State Olympians, which is a pretty impressive and long list, which includes Stephen Thompson Jr. For Puerto Rico men's basketball, Allie Gibson for Puerto Rico women's basketball, Marie Gulich for Germany women's basketball. The German women's team in their first Olympics helped them achieve their first Olympic victory ever in the women's basketball event. Shout out to you, Marie. Alina Hagstrom for USA Women's Rowing, Amar Dhesi for Canada Men's Wrestling, and Coach Nate Engel for USA Men's Wrestling coaching staff. And there's a great photo of Nate, Coach Engel, hanging out with Snoop.
Yeah.
Coaches can't get medals at the Olympics, which is a bummer, but also getting to hang out with Snoop, I think, is better than a gold medal anyway. So good job, Coach. And hey, Snoop, come join Damnation. Come on the pod. Come be a part of this. Become an Oregon State booster. We've got room, and we've got a place to grow. If you play college football 25, Snoop, Oregon State is one of the more popular, more fun teams to start a dynasty with. So
very much so.
Make this dynasty a reality. Get on board, Snoop.
Oh, hey, and who was with me when we did the chat roulette and Snoop popped up?
Skins.
Super
Skins.
Yeah.
It was Susa. I might have been there, but was off screen saying chat roulette is stupid or something like that, as was kind of my brand. But anyway.
Wow,
I remember
cool.
You had taken a picture of with the very first iPhone, and it was like you could tell it was Snoop Dogg, but it was also like the picture quality was not the same as the iPhone today, and so you kind of had to squint to see it. But it was Snoop. It was for sure.
I think I have the photo somewhere, but I've constantly wondered about it because I think
if it was just
somebody
like
fake a video feed to Chat GPT or not
Chat roulette of just Snoop just being like this, smoking weed, that's what it was.
Yeah. It was like in like a studio looking living room or something.
But when chat roulette was at its peak, could you not just see Snoop Dogg being like, I don't know what this is, and then hitting it,
sure,
and Jen just looking at it and laughing while he's smoking a blunt in the studio and just having a good time.
It's very much his brand.
I'm gonna make some random people's nights right now, and 15 years later they'll talk about it on a podcast, whether it's really me. That's fun for me. I could see Snoop.
It's like what Bill Murray used to do. There are stories of Bill Murray going into bars and going behind the bar and just chugging a bottle of Jack and looking at the bartender and going, "No one will ever believe this story," and then leaving. Yeah, it's amazing.
I think so.
I'm trying to find the picture, but I don't know how to find it.
It's more fun if we believe it's him, and so I'm going to believe it's him. And while JP is looking for this photographic evidence of Snoop Dogg on chat roulette with JP and our dear friend, super secret producer Iskender, that's how he became a producer, actually, because Snoop was in the studio and was like, I need a producer. I'll find a secret one on chat roulette real quick. And then his career launched, but he had to keep it on the down low. That's why it's super secret.
Yeah. Don't tell
anyway, Benny, I think you should leave sketch that I know you love. Here comes a big wave. I'm drinking Kona Big Wave. Liquid Aloha. We were joking around again, sir, and it went too far, just like it always does. Like when that time Julie bought me Cho jeans. For the rest of that, just watch turn to Netflix and watch I Think You Should Leave, the remake, I Think You Should Beave, coming soon to streaming services everywhere. Most notably, Belligerent Beavs Twitter and Instagram. We've had
there is one.
They've all been
good. There is one in that sketch. There is a I Think You Should Beave in that sketch about Julie's rich husband that she didn't marry for looks or personality and just for money. Ooh. There is something in there. Yeah.
What a tease.
Yeah.
Don't give the rest of it away.
I won't. But you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I gotta find a way to make money off of this. I really want to. Anyway, Kona Big Wave, Liquid Aloha. It's delicious. I was at a fantasy drafts weekend this past weekend, and there was a lot of leftover beer. And this found its way back into my car and into my fridge at home. And now it's my beer for this episode of the Belligerent Beavs podcast.
I don't believe there is extra beer. You were so drunk you forgot to text us all weekend. Terry.
I didn't forget to text. I was just not on my phone, and it was fucking glorious. I was on my phone.
Purposely didn't text you.
Right. I was just mostly ignoring my phone and checking in a little bit. And then I was like, you have 38 unread messages on the Belligerent Beavs group chat. I was like, that seems like a lot. And then I just went back to the lake and kept drinking.
Oh, you could have put it in a chat GPT instead of to condense it for you.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I feel like it misses the most important notes that are
Terry
hidden.
Hires real writers to summarize things for him.
No, I hire my real brain, whether it's being poisoned or not.
Your brain is your intern.
Write this in cursive like I'm in the 3rd grade.
I think our brains are all of our interns to an extent. But anyway.
Mine's retired.
Anyway, I probably still need to go back and reread most of the thread, but I think I got the gist of it. And anyway, so I might be at the Idaho State game with you, Benny, and I might buy you a cone of Big Wave when we're in Corvallis.
You're going to let me know August 30th. I know it.
No, I'll let you know before.
Oh, don't fuck him with like that, dude. Come on.
I won't. I'm going to figure this out. I meant to figure it out before the weekend, and then I just turned off everything literally and figuratively.
Well, what are you figuring out? Maybe the listeners can help.
How to ask Sam?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't care.
GPT.
No, she loves having the house to herself. She'd be thrilled if I went to the game. Just random work stuff and plane tickets and things of that nature. Yeah, but
we can get a hotel room together.
We can get a hotel room together. Last I checked, there is still some available for this game. I know JP said they're out for the whole year. I think this might be the one where there might still be
a room affordable is totally out.
But yeah, we can take a look.
Yeah,
and it'll be
that is a good thing that there's no hotels left for the rest of the year. Yeah, that's a good thing. I like that. Cool.
JP, I like that. Dude, I'm so upset right now. I just realized that I am drinking a beer that I've already had, and I think I've had on the show.
Did you?
What is it?
You have done that several times. We have done that several.
It's a Via. I know, but I was trying to grab a new one. It's Via Encounter Hazy. It's a cool can.
That's a cool can.
But I looked at my Untapped just now, and it said I checked into it on June 24th, 2024, which is a Monday. Which is probably us recording, I'd imagine, right before I go to California for a month.
Just gotta go back and listen to that episode.
Yep. I don't really want to do that. I'll just say I'm drinking a Encounter.
I don't like going back to listen to real episodes because my fear is that I'll listen to a segment where pre-June 30th, 2022, or he'll say something like, I think realignment's breaking our way. We're in a good spot right now.
And I just realignment, just like everything, just so
everything.
We are on the up, baby, everywhere.
Everything's
over.
I do think spring of 22, we're like, how could this year have gone any better? And that's when the college football gods and goddesses, or whatever you want to call them, were like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And anyway, but young naivety, young optimism is still a useful form of energy. So, but yeah, I don't need to go back and listen to those kids. Talking about that stuff. But anyway, Via IPA, hazy IPA, IPA. Okay. Cool
it's
can,
hazy,
cool can,
Citra,
cool beer.
Strata, Luminosa.
Drinking on a cool podcast.
So cool.
All things are cool. Yeah,
they're in Clackamas. In case they didn't say that.
Oh,
Clack.
Nice.
They're in the Clack. Yeah.
Washington County. They're they have that's in Washington County, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They had some wildfires.
I smoked pot with Clack.
Or is it Clackamas County?
Is it Clackamas County? Yeah.
Man, I've been away from Portland for a long time. Yeah,
but a lot of those things also they work that way. It wouldn't make sense, but I could totally see the way lines are drawn. Clackamas, Oregon, that's in Clackamas County, right? No, actually, it's in Washington County. Clackamas County is over here.
Dude, I grew up in Southeast, and it was close to Clackamas, or kind of close to Clackamas,
right?
And so I should know this stuff. But I've been away from Portland for too long. That is a sign.
Time to come back.
Been away for too long.
Yeah, move back, bitch.
Yeah. Shut up, Terry.
Yeah,
you move back with me.
Did you? I know I was away on my phone this weekend, but last week when we were talking to Aaron Balake about moving back to Portland, you guys were like, "Move back," and I was like, "Yeah, move back, you bitch." Get out of the Midwest, you corn husking bitch. Who lives in the Midwest, Aaron? Nobody.
It's true. Except for our listeners. Shout out our listeners in the Midwest.
Love our Midwestern listeners. They're the best ones.
Yeah. Terry's lying to you. He doesn't love anyone in the Midwest.
Except for himself. I love the Midwest. It's my favorite region of all the regions of the world. I love every region. but I love the Midwest the most.
Shots fired.
Oh, come on.
Shots fired.
What? You can't get better than the Paris of the Pacific Northwest.
That's not a region. That's a city.
Yes, it is.
But it is the staple of the region.
Sure.
Yeah.
Paris of the Pacific Northwest is the number one place.
There's no recovery from this one, Terry. No.
I
maybe ask ChatGPT.
I don't think I don't have anything to recover from.
Benny, what's your vibe?
I am.
If you want to segue from me, I'm boycotting segueing from that segment.
I am only drinking water because I am so scared of sleeping through my alarm clock tomorrow. So no smoking. Right. Yeah, not obviously not really drinking. Not drinking any coffee. Just water and a nice yuzu.
A beer will probably
just sparkling.
True.
Probably would.
So
but I'm not gonna.
Your alarm is at
take that
5 a.m. Pacific time, 6 a.m. Pacific time.
The alarm is at 5 o'clock Pacific time. I'll probably get up closer to 5:30, but yeah, which I'm sure we have listeners that are like, that's so lame, but
I know
I am not used to waking up that early.
The day, right?
Yeah, and my hat is off to you, because it sounds terrifying.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
What time does Yuri normally wake up?
It depends. Like she does outside sales, so it really is dependent on like when she has meetings set up with her clients, or if she's if she's traveling, she has to wake up hella early, like 4 o'clock, because she's getting on that first flight of the day.
Oh damn!
Typically.
Oh, I hate that, dude. That is the worst.
Yeah,
that is the absolute worst.
Shout out to the people who do. There are people who do that every Monday.
Yeah,
they're like for work, and then they come home on like Thursday or Friday. Like,
I don't know.
Goddamn. Better people than us. But Benny, we're psyched about your new job.
Yeah, thanks. I am too.
I hope you don't sleep through your alarm. And cheers to you and new beginnings.
Yeah, new beginnings
and proper endings, and also to middles, the forgotten time period.
Yeah, also important.
Children. That's me.
Yeah, and children.
Middle.
Right.
Yeah, we're important.
Cheers.
We are important.
We are very important. Also important, pretty important that Oregon State football's actual fucking stadium is now in college football 25. Cheers to that,
Cheers to that, too. And it looks so good. It looks so good.
It does. It looks like...
Oh, my God.
I don't want to say anything looks better than Reeser in person, but... Whew. It looks... Yeah. That it's the next best thing.
Yeah.
Terry just likes it because it's Reeser in the Midwest, which is his favorite region.
Yeah, threaded that needle. Home away from home, at home.
While you were ignoring us, JP and I were talking. JP and I were talking how it potentially could help with recruiting. It'll be interesting to see. Really will be, because there are so many people playing this game. And I think there are a lot of people that are playing it based on uniforms and based on what stadium you're playing in. And like, look, I'm trying to take off my orange tinted glasses here, but Reeser is one of the best looking stadiums in this game. Like top 5.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
especially with the new side there done. Oh, and not just the new side, but it actually reminded me how much of these like micro improvements they made to the end zones.
Yeah.
That just made it feel a lot better. You know what is still missing though, other than Benny the Beaver, which I still don't understand. We need those questions answered. Like, where's
the orange
Benny?
Lights?
Well, yeah, the orange lights. There are some like game day things. There's no Miley, which is bullshit. Terry, stop texting us in the middle of our podcast.
You can't make up for not texting us all weekend.
Look at the text thread. I'm participating.
So dope. We just need the orange lights in Miley. Says Terry right now.
I replied to your message from the other day in a prompt fashion because I'm a good friend.
He knows service. That was just sending. I was pending this entire time.
Oh,
nice. I was up by a lake. But anyway, yes, it's awesome.
No, but the scoreboard's still wrong. The scoreboard is still wrong.
It is still wrong.
I haven't played. Are we still missing Benny? Benny the Beaver?
We're still missing Benny. Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's no explanation for it. I don't know why what the rhyme or reason is for a mascot in the game. I've been trying to think: is there a trademark issue? Like
here's what
is that Learfield owns Benny's image, and they had to negotiate with them separately, and they won't let him have it. That's the only thing I can
There's
think.
a lot of schools that don't too.
Oh, really?
Like a lot of schools don't have a mascot.
What Oregon State?
Yeah, but there's some where you're like, they do? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
For sure.
From the Benny the Beaver account, they should post, like, I'm holding out to get my money. Just like training camp, NFL, like, I'm holding out. And then you flip it to EA Sport. No matter what the reason is, this hat, put the power in Benny's corner and just be like, nah, their offer was bullshit. I'm holding out. And then we get to be like, give Benny what he deserves, EA, if that is your real name. What does that even stand for? Oh, Electronic Arts? That's vague.
It is vague.
I just think that'd be a fun social media strategy. I'm sitting right here, Oregon State. I'm sitting right here.
The Midwest. Electronic Arts is just the east progression to these new media communications.
Love it. It sounds like Microsoft Paint.
Oh, do they even still have that?
I think they do.
Yeah, Paint's still around, I think. Oh. I think maybe they don't.
Yeah, they've been using it with some stuff. Like there's that NBA Paint account that has a ton
people
of
can
followers.
still use it, but I don't think it's... Oh, no, yeah, it just had a release 47 days ago.
I used to use the spray paint all the time.
All the time.
The spray paint looked cool.
My favorite thing to do with paint was you would fill the canvas with whatever cool, like, bright color and black that you wanted to make look contrasting. Or you would do a bright color or a black. And then you would take the little clipper where you can drag it around and, like, draw lines. Mm-hmm. And then it would select whatever you had, all the shapes you had dragged around, or zigzaggy, cross hatchy looking things. And then you would hit delete, and it would, like, remove all these, like, weird, like, loop-de-loops. And then you could fill each one with the opposite dark or bright color. And it was like this trippy looking, like, 60s or 70s, like, poster.
Whoa.
That you can look at. Yeah.
Speaking
I
of
never
trippy,
knew. No one taught me that.
Speaking of trippy looking cool
Chat
stuff.
GPT taught me. Just kidding.
As I said 3 days ago, we just need the orange lights and Miley added to the fold. Rehashing my text from Friday, which was an immediate response. No, it's a step. It's a step, though. I was like half, this, like, the way these things are and are going, I was half expecting it to hit August 8th with no new update and be like, oh, actually, like, something was wrong with the power converters. And now the old, there's just no side over there. Now there's no old side. There's no new side.
They're just playing on the Dixon rec fields.
It's just a pit. So, like, don't run out of bounds with too much momentum on that side of the field, guys. But so, yeah.
Well, it'd be a parking lot.
But no, it would be converted to a bottomless pit because that's how many things went wrong. But then it would turn into a bottomless pit in real life.
I tried to make a joke thing on the internet using
well, it's hard. It's hard to make jokes on the internet. You also shouldn't use AI to make your jokes because you're funnier than AI is, JP.
Well, no,
JP
I was making a joke video.
Way better initials than AI are.
I sent a picture of, I can't remember the service now. I'm so mad.
JP greater than sign AI.
Runway. On Runway, they have Gen 3 video generator, and I'm not good at making it work very well. Yeah, it's your boy Runaway. But I was like, blow up this old side and then have it, like, resurrect with this new side and, like, have it, crumble to the ground and then, like, rebuild. I tried like 15 times. I spent, like, I don't know, 600 credits trying to make this thing work, and it didn't. But one of them was actually pretty funny, and I wish I could. Can I share this so you guys can see? Hold on.
Wait, did you, like, send pictures or upload pictures of Reeser before and after and said, like, make this side? Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, hold on.
Did you send in the video of them actually blowing it up? Like, can it?
No, I just sent the screenshot that somebody posted of a before and after that they took during the game.
Oh,
and, like,
of
this one, like it just like zooms in, and I'm like, shit, that didn't do anything. The lights like fly away. And this one,
wow,
this one was probably my best.
You
one.
had a lot of time this weekend.
No, this was like on Friday. Like this one's pretty good. It like bubbles. Oh no, that one didn't do anything. It just panned into it, and that's when I would realize I'm like, I'm in for a big, the ad explosions. I try. What? That one isn't even playing? Oh yeah, I canceled that one.
This is the best podcasting we've ever done.
Well, if I find a good one, we can share it. We can share it. Hold on. This is the last
it?
one.
I'm on pins and needles.
I don't. Oh yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa! But then it stopped too soon.
That's at least part. That's the right idea.
Yeah, and then I couldn't get it to go any further. Okay, this one might be the most ridiculous, I think.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh.
And even the players move, even though it's from a video game.
Yeah.
They walk away. They just get up and walk away.
It's like the scene in Dark Knight Rises after as Hines Ward is returning the kick as the field is crumbling into the earth after Bane explodes the stadium.
Yeah. Dude, that is really, really good.
That is cool looking.
Like explosion, yeah. That's super realistic.
You're on your way. So like 600, 1,200, 1,800 more credits, you might have it figured out.
Oh, that one is fun.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. Blew up the press box. Take that.
Oh, that's what we should do. We should have orange smoke to go along with our orange lights.
No,
I love how I said blow up the press box, and Betty immediately was like, "That's what we should do."
Yeah.
For clarity, Betty did not agree to threatening to blow up.
That one looks like the press box really.
Oh, that one.
We're tired of all this tomfoolery about realignment rumors. Just report it if it's real or don't.
Fake news.
It's terrifying that it starts burning the crowd.
That is like that. That is ominous. That one is ominous for sure.
I was like, nope. I'm gonna go try another time. Anyways. If anyone knows how to use Gen 3 Alpha and can teach me how to prompt better, I'd be very thrilled. Otherwise, we can just use the ones we made that don't really tell any story, but look cool.
Yeah, that last one was Bob Yorkmeyer's doing. Yeah, just evil Bob Yorkmeyer just creeping around Reeser.
Yeah. Just shoot. He has no agenda. He's just causing chaos in the college football landscape and just having a great time. Ben Goldbranson's looked great in fall camp.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but I've also heard like it's still an open competition.
It's an open competition.
I love Ben Goldbranson.
I just thought that was a fun segue from our fictional of old Reeser.
It was, but I would be disappointed if he was our starting quarterback. That would make me nervous.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit.
Who knows? I mean, we've seen people progress like this before.
Right.
It'd be nothing out of the ordinary for a dude in his like 6th year to really be, head and shoulders above somebody in their first 6 months of being with the program.
Yeah, but it's a different playbook.
Maybe, but also all these other guys have not nearly as much experience as he does on a team.
I hear you.
Maybe not, but maybe yes.
Ben, there is a picture of you and Ben Goldbranson and your dad addressed as Santa Claus. He is essentially part of your family.
That's why I prefaced it by saying I love Ben Goldbranson
like a brother.
I think here's the real
Ben
reason.
Goldbranson won the Heisman in 2026 as a 7th-year senior, or 6-year senior, whatever it be.
That'd be like in 8 years. There'd be no degrees left for him to earn if he already has like 3 in 2024 if he wins the Heisman in 2026.
No, 2025 he won the Heisman, and with the Mini Bebes Dynasty, not Dynasty, but Road, whatever it is, where you do your own player.
Yeah, Road to Glory.
Yeah, Road to Glory. He won the Heisman.
Well, and you weren't playing as Ben Goldbranson. You were playing as yourself.
Somebody else.
Ed was playing.
He's playing as the mini Bebe.
Ed was playing as himself as a wide receiver.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Love that.
Benny G won the Heisman.
Dope.
And Terrence Logan won he finished second in the Heisman voting that year. Yeah.
Close to Terrence Horseman.
Yeah.
Closer to Terrence
true.
Horseman.
Yeah. Which is where we'll be sitting if you get tickets to the Idaho State game.
I will be. I'm deciding now. I'll be at the Idaho State game.
Okay.
Good. But no one's heard if our credentials went through, did they?
No, I've heard that.
But I've been checking my email.
And even if they don't, Aaron Maisel will help us out. Shout out Aaron Maisel in the OSU ticketing office. We'll be fine. I just need to get to Corvallis. And then I need Benny to pick me up and bring me to Corvallis. So
okay,
I need Benny to do a lot of things. I should be more responsive on my text to Benny.
I got you. As long as he gets you down there. I got you.
And as long as I respond to your text messages, which I will be better about. I am sorry.
That is okay. I love you too. Which is why, I'll make sure you get down there. What do you think about the Stripe game? What do you guys think about the Stripe game?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I initially wrote, "What are we, the fucking Tigers now?" Just because Sam was watching me write the notes for this, and I wanted her to just think I was writing something funny. We've never tried it before. I don't think any people older than we are. I mean that admirably, who were at games in the 80s or 90s or 70s. If they tried a coordinated color-coded stripe arrangement in Reeser, I always think that looks cool. I'm trying to think. I think Reeser is a good enough shape for it.
It's a bowl. You need to be a bowl.
It needs to be a bowl.
Horseshoe.
And I don't doubt anything about Sarah Elcano and her planning for any kind of stadium-related activity. So I think, especially if it's like we kind of see this in the NBA a lot, where it's like you get to a playoff game and the shirts are on the seats. Every single NBA team did that in this playoffs, and I believe have done. But then but you need to get people to do it.
Buy
in, and then you also need to purchase all of those shirts, and the shirts they don't if it's a free shirt, it doesn't need to be the coolest shirt ever, but it also needs to not suck. And then it's also like sizing and everything. It's hard to do a one size fits all for that. At the Timberwolves playoff games I went to, it just seemed like everything was an extra large, and it was like, fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
And it seemed like everyone abided. There were, some bigger bodies who clearly were bigger than XL size. It's like, fuck it and put it on. And people who are way smaller than an XL were tying it around something. And people were just happy to be in community with each other and throw things on. But also you need weather for it to work too. But good on them for trying. We've said, I think it's cool that they are trying to do things that we haven't done before. I don't think other than just being awesome and fun and a place where USC plays like shit, there aren't that many just research traditions beyond the chainsaw and stuff. The tailgating's amazing. It's in the best city in the world. The tail slap's great. But it's
a new tradition, but
tail slap's newish, so I don't mind for them be okay, let's try and this coordinated thing. I wouldn't mind if they tried a card section. They're not in a position where throwing things up against the wall.
Section.
Yeah,
where you hold up the card.
Where if people hold up card, everyone would have a 2-sided card, and you hold up your card, and it would say go, and then you pull it down, and then you flip it over, and then you put it up, and the whole section would say Beavs. It's more.
I've not seen that in so long. That'd be so cool.
That would be cool. And then you can do things like really elaborate card sections, have a football that moves through the section and shit. You need a lot of buy-in for stuff like that, and I think that would be too ambitious. But a stripe thing too is, as we're talking about it, and as I'm talking too long about it, it's pretty low risk, because if not enough people buy in, it just looks like a bunch of people are wearing orange and black at an Oregon State football game, which is what's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how it looks though visually, because that's gonna be the most important factor. Let's be honest, a stripe out isn't gonna impact the players in the field, the play of the opponents. But it will maybe get the crowd excited and involved, and people maybe buying tickets if that was an incentive of theirs to run this kind of promotion, right? Where we're doing something fun. Make sure you have your tickets and show up.
Yeah.
But just like how Reeser looks in College Football 25, how this looks on TV is important. That's what I mean by agreeing with you that it's low risk, medium reward.
Yeah.
Because the worst case, it just looks like fans in the stands. But it's going to get publicized. Like Oregon State's trying to do stripe out. And then if they like pan around and be like, well, it doesn't look like it worked, like that won't go over very well. But I think when it comes to like new ideas or new attempts at ideas that have worked a lot for programs in the past, it doesn't hurt. And it's a better start than doing nothing. So
it's also smart if they're looking at different sections too, and where they have the away section designated for Purdue to be the black section, because those fans will be wearing mostly black as well.
That's smart. I think it's cool because it's against Purdue. So there's already that storyline built in of the schools leaving the Big Ten and abandoning us. That's already built in. And it's after the Oregon game. So, once we beat Oregon, there's a storyline there. And I think a lot of people will be watching. Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's not going to be defining, probably won't be talked about, but on the highlights, it will just add that extra little bit of crisp to it, which will be cool.
That's I guess an important thing to point out, though. It will only be cool if the fans go with it.
Right. And fans go with it.
Participate with it. I mean, it's not that hard to pull out a black or orange t-shirt.
Yeah.
I do agree with you, though, Terry. We need weather on your side because most people don't really have orange raincoats. So I would say you're more likely to find a black raincoat.
Right.
But you have a lot of black in the stadium.
Those ponchos aren't that expensive. So, like, I think what you need...
Every seat should have a poncho.
Every seat should have the black or orange poncho underneath it. If it looks like 2 days out, it's like,
the weather's going to hope for rain. And just give away ponchos. Can you imagine how dope a stripe out would be with people in ponchos?
Yeah. A stripe out with people in ponchos during, like, if it's not raining.
Oh,
that would be unique.
Yeah,
I weirdly
just a bunch of shiny fans.
Yeah.
I don't think you're not gonna see me in a poncho even if it is raining, most likely, and you're definitely not gonna see me in one if it's not raining. But I do like the idea, and that would visually look cool. Like, I think, imagining the way these things visually look, like the 2022 Civil War game, all the students in cowboy hats, like that looked fucking cool.
Yeah, it was iconic for sure.
Like, that was awesome. And to like see that especially looked really cool when they're all jumping over the fence simultaneously to get on the field and rush it, as the please wait until the clock expires to rush the field was at like 43 on its way down to 0. Shout out Oregon State students. Y'all are the best.
Yes.
But yeah, I trust the people who come up with these things are very smart people. Sarah Cano has been on this podcast before. She thinks about this stuff, I think 24/7 based on the conversations we've had with her.
25/7.
25/7. Yeah. I wouldn't put it past her. So I like it. Yeah. It's like, of course, it's those things where there's this issue with where Oregon State is right now, where it's like any kind of idea like needs to like be the idea that fixes everything, which is unfair. It's not unfair that people have that thought, because it's unfair that we're in this position in the first place. But I think we lined this out as basically a year ago when this was all happening and crumbling, and this feeling of abandonment, that it's going to take a lot of small steps to get this through. So anything Oregon State can do to just be like, look how cool we are. We're still here. We're still passionate. You can do whatever you want to us, but the show goes on and we're not going anywhere. So fuck off. And like, a stripe out's not going to solve anything, but what should Oregon State's internal team do? Like, not plan fun things at the stadium, not try to do things that look cool. So like, it's fun. Like, just it's okay to have fun with these small ideas that could look really cool and be really fun. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Who cares?
Yeah. I would say that the game day experience is drastically different today than it was even like 4 years ago. And I would say for the better in like 100 different ways. And I think that sort of stuff is important when it comes to being attractive for potentially other conferences or for whatever the future holds. So yeah, and it all was small little things like this that got us there, other than the new side of the stadium. But
that was
the middles.
Yeah.
Go Middles!
On football, Van Wells named to the Remington Trophy watch list as one of the best centers in the nation. Speaking of middles, Speaking of middles, the centers. Nahshon Wright's a Viking. I'm stoked about that.
Yeah.
Swapped with the Cowboys. Hoping it works
that was
out
your
for
only
him.
text back to us this weekend, and you said, like, no way.
Yeah.
I said, wow. I was in bed when I saw that. That was the first thing I did that day. I looked at my phone.
You were in bed?
That was
What time was that at? My time.
It was like midday.
Was it?
Maybe
wasn't it like 2 p.m.?
I did take a nap. So
it was 12:25 p.m. Pacific.
When did I respond?
There weren't any beers left, Terry. We know there weren't any beers.
There were several beers left.
Don't worry. You responded after that at 1:05 p.m. my time.
I was for sure taking a nap or trying to take a nap in a lake house of 10 dudes who were, of course, being quiet and mindful of their fellow 36-year-olds trying to nap during fantasy draft weekend bro time. So,
yeah, but why would anyone be respectful of that BS?
Because I needed to read about the Nahshon Wright trade, JP. Anyway, I'm stoked. Hoping the change of scenery. Nahshon Wright, welcome to Minnesota. Blake Brandel is a starter, the starting left guard for yours and my Minnesota Vikings. So shout out Blake, shout out Nahshon. And we got to see Jaden Grant in Minneapolis this weekend too with the Raiders. He made a couple nice plays in that game.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jaden.
Yeah.
How's Catan doing? I haven't seen any Packers anything. I saw like one headline about Jordan Love.
They're not
nothing else.
Right. Yeah. They don't cover their team very well.
I'm asking
they don't know football over there.
Wow, I saw Anthony Gould had a very nice return.
Gould did have a really nice return in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, and I saw Talisi was out there. D'Italia had like some sick blocks. Like
really
real good. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They need to offensive linemen need to get more smoke for Rookie of the Year.
Ryan Cooper Jr. had a great game for Baltimore.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, like ESPN or Sports Center's like social media accounts being like it was like an epic batted down pass.
It was a really good play. Yeah.
He had a great play. So I think he's got a shot. Catan's not going to get cut this year. Like 5th round picks hardly ever get cut in like their rookie seasons. I haven't heard Packer fans raving about him, but you know how I feel about Packer fans, aka most of my family. Shout out, hey Dr. Johnson, get it? You respond to shout outs on the pod. Get in our mentions and talk to us about how Oladapo's looked in Packers camp, and if he's been seen riding a bicycle from the facility to the stadium or whatever. I know that's what you guys like to do. Like Brett Favre would always come on a bicycle and people go,
that's where he had a photo. Yeah, that's where the photo saying
they're just like us. This is a thing.
Terry, next week, please bleach your hair.
Something else I can help with?
Oh, no. Siri wants to help.
Siri? Get her out of here. We said no guests this week. No free guests, JP.
She wants to bleach your hair.
Look, if it hits the light the right way, you know.
Let me do it.
Yeah, I want to do it.
I know you want to do it. Benny hasn't bleached his hair.
I'll do that anytime. He can just drive on down.
And he already said you
want it ice blue, like a Slurpee.
I could do that.
Anyway, the WazU game on November 23rd has been changed to a 4 p.m. Pacific time kickoff. Is there anything else about football you guys would like to talk about on this?
I was wondering, does anyone, I didn't really look, but I was thinking to look and then I forgot. What was the time before? It was just, it didn't have a time, right? It was like between 4 and 7, depending on the TV slot.
I think it was later.
Yeah.
I think it was slotted for like a 6:30, 7:30 game, and now it's a 4 o'clock.
But then they said or 4, depending upon TV or something. I remember seeing that, but I'm glad it's 4. I'm glad it's 4
too.
I like those evening kicks. They're the best.
I hope we have night games this year. I feel like someone had said like we'll for sure not in the cards. Yeah.
We have more guaranteed late afternoons, which is it depends on if that's better for TV or not.
I think it is.
It's generally better, but like people always like who gives a fuck about Pac-12 After Dark, but Pac-12 After Dark was a very well watched TV slot.
But if you want attendance through all 4 quarters and maybe overtime, you can't start at 7:30. Like it'd be
you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose some people.
We never left, but we had the contingency plans of hotel rooms. But like people can't always do that.
There's not.
I don't blame people, but
there are 40 times more seats in the stadium than there are hotel rooms in Corvallis.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I know, a lot of those are students, and hotel rooms fit more than one person, and there's other things. But there is not for your boy. I'm bougie. Just kidding. There's me, Benny, Skinsy, and like a couple other our friends in the comfort suites on 9th for the UW game last year. But yeah, it's high demand. There's low supply. So,
by the way, here's how it stands. Right now, it's the San Jose State game could be 12:30 or 7:30. The UNLV game could be 12:30 or 7.
I guess those games are flip flopped. Like whichever one is night, the other one will probably be noon.
Other than that, every other home game is a 5:30 kick or earlier.
Okay.
So,
which
it's probably one. Well, it gets dark pretty early by November.
Yeah.
But that's probably I'll be very curious to see like what ACC games are paired with it as the CW is building out its sort of sports production, broadcast days, and what kind of holdover audience it can get from that. So not that really will affect the Beavers on-field product at the end of the day, but that will be something worth keeping an eye on if you are interested in kind of the broadcast piece of all of this.
It's an important piece.
Camp marches on. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I will see you.
I'm excited.
At the Idaho State.
You won't see me.
Better.
I will not see JP at the Idaho State game. I will see everyone, including all of our Midwest listeners, who are just going to ride in my car with me out to the game. We're driving. Fuck it. Midwesterners.
Wait, we're all going to the Civil War, though, right?
I can't go to the Civil War.
Okay, I'm going to the Civil War. I just bought, I bought tickets for Idaho State.
You two are going. Yeah. I'm initially planning on being there for Idaho State and Wazoo. That's my plan, with hopes for more. But that's all I've been able to commit to. I would love to be at the Oregon game.
Oh, it's going to be so
and I'd love to be at the Purdue game, but WNBA
me and JP are just going to be smashing beers on the terrace.
Yeah.
It's maybe
we
good.
won't have our credentials visible.
No. And I'm going to have a sign that says, "Psst, I see dead people," that I'll only hold up when Oregon State's up deep in the fourth quarter.
And mine will say, "Psst, I'm not a registered member of the media."
I'm going to go over to the Oregon section and hold that sign up and have JP take a picture of me in front of the Oregon fans.
That would be like, you got to recreate that you in front of the Sounder section fans at that Timber Sounders game from like so 2017 funny. Or something.
Yeah. That was so good.
Hell yeah. All right. Well,
you should wear an Orange Man suit when you do it.
Oh my God. Forgot about that.
The original
suit. Why don't we make a custom branded orange suit? What are they like? They're like not latex. What is that?
Yeah, spandex.
Yeah. Spandex.
Stinky, smelly spandex.
It comes with BO.
Yeah, it just comes with the sweat of 20 guys from a fraternity.
Yeah, too many people wore that. I gotta say, too many.
To recreate, I think you'd have no trouble finding 20 frat guys at Oregon State to just wear that real quick and like run through the streets tormenting Duck fans. I think the line to do that would be pretty fucking long.
Yeah,
if you offered that, Benny.
I will admit it is fun.
All right. Anyway, we got to move on.
Speaking of fun, let's have more fun.
let's have fun. It's fun to be ranked the number team in the country headed into a season, and that is exactly where the Oregon State men's soccer team is in the polls this year. The highest ever preseason ranking in program history. So shout outs to Greg Dalby and the squad defending their trip to the College Cup this year. They will open the season on August 22nd against UC Irvine at Paul Lorenz Field. So get your asses out there and support a team that has a real chance at winning a national championship.
Man.
That would be so sick.
Also, the women's open up.
Women's open this week. Women's open this week. I am waiting for the schedule.
Neutral site against Iowa in Montana, and then they play Montana 3 days later.
Oh,
in Montana.
Iowa in Montana?
Yeah.
Oh, Iowa.
What's there?
In Montana.
Nothing.
They have an exhibition against Trinity Western.
That's a nothing and a nothing. Iowa and Montana.
Hey, yeah. Montana's beautiful, and Iowa is where Benny's family lives. And Iowa shares a border with Iowa shares a border with the great state of Minnesota. There is sports betting in Iowa, though.
Iowa City is cool too.
City is. I'm sad they're not playing in Iowa City. I'd be going. Iowa City's fantastic.
Iowa City's awesome.
Anyway, they do have an exhibition on August 23rd against Trinity Western at Paul Lorenz Field, so you can go to the men's season opener against UC Irvine, and then pair that with a game against Trinity Western on August 23rd. But
what is Trinity Western?
Probably a Catholic school in the western part of the country.
In British Columbia.
Or a western part of a state.
It's in South America in British Columbia.
Oh. It's in South America.
I bet we're playing the British Columbia one.
No, that was the joke. It was the British Columbia.
It's from British, a town called British in the country of Columbia. Anyway, the men's team is really good. Returning leaders Dante Williams and Ellis Spikner. It's a good mix of veteran talent and young talent on this team. And, Dalby came into this last year with a lot of pressure after Terry Boss left and more than met expectations. So,
yeah, totally.
Big hopes, big expectations for Oregon State men's soccer. This will probably be the first year nationally with kind of an X on their back, be playing as the hunted. Kind of felt like they were always getting overlooked and disrespected a bit in polls, and they're getting that big mark here heading into the season. So teams will be gunning for them, and they've got a lot to prove and also a lot to protect. So it will be thrilling football. So I'm excited to watch them play and to see how they do this year. And of course, we've been watching guys like Dante and Ellis. We've been watching since early in their careers at Oregon State, and have put a lot of marvelous plays on the pitch for the Beavs. So there's a lot to look forward to, and a lot of reason to expect another great season under Greg Dalby this year.
I don't know why I'm blanking, but where's the College Cup held again? It's in the Midwest, right?
Louisville. It was Louisville last year.
It rotates.
It does rotate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It has been in Akron a lot, because Akron has been a massive
They're a big
college soccer hotbed. But it was in Louisville last year, and I do believe it rotates.
Okay.
I think North Carolina has also been a big college.
Yeah, North Carolina's got it again this year. They have it
They
this
do.
year too.
So it'll be on
Chapel
campus
Hill?
at UNC, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wake Med Soccer Park. Yeah.
Chapel Hill is also really cool.
Chapel Hill's
Chopham Hill.
Chopham Hill.
It will be Chopham Hill after we win the national championship there.
Dude, we should go.
We should.
And hold signs that say Chopham Hill.
Yeah. Plant a flag. Actually, it's cement in a flag that you can't pull down, and it just stuck up.
It's like the Sorcerer's Stone.
Right.
Yeah. And it just says
the flag of
Hill.
Not like the Sorcerer's Stone.
Who is the guy who tries to pull a sword out of the stone?
Excalibur.
Oh yeah, it's like Excalibur. It's like
the
Excalibur.
Yeah,
it's like Flaxcalibur.
I thought you said Sorcerer's Stone.
That's what I did say.
I need you guys to read just that. What? No, never mind.
Read a book.
I need you guys to read a book for once.
I've only read Spark Notes.
Yeah, Terry Horseman and the Sorcerer's Sword. I read that Spark Notes.
Yeah, It was a good one.
Yeah.
Super brief. Super brief.
Yeah. AI generated brief.
Yeah.
Good story. I'll read it again maybe if I have 5 minutes.
Work smarter, not harder.
Well, I want to bring up the Gonzaga dates and the men's and women's basketball schedule, but my internet is being shitty right now, so we're just gonna have to linger on this attack on literacy from the two of you. Anyway, but yeah, men's and women's West Coast Conference basketball dates have been released, and my computer hates me. The AI in my computer hates me. So here's what I say about it. It listens. It's even in my dreams at night and is launching a coordinated
trying to bleach your hair
against me, trying to bleach my hair, trying to sneak into my house and burn all of the books and be like, you don't need these. I can just tell you what happens in 40 seconds. You don't need your brain to think. 504 Gateway timeout. That's a great sign. I'm just gonna close OSU Beavers.
It's a great website.
Oh, dude, don't be careful. Look out your window. That means someone's watching you.
There's too much light in here. I can't see.
Exactly.
What's that song?
They can see you.
Somebody's watching.
Like somebody's watching me.
Yeah.
JP, please play 5 seconds of that song by that person who sings that song.
Why do I always feel like I'm in the twilight zone and I always feel like...
I think it's
that was Michael Jackson's friend.
No. Why am I blanking on this? I'm gonna be so mad about what I need to apologize to every listener older than 30 that I can't. Why? This is what happens when you drink beers on the podcast. You just are absolutely killing brain cells. I'm trying to remember.
That was my childhood fear that has never left me. Is when it's dark, looking out a window.
Rockwell.
Yeah, never heard of them before.
Rockwell was the guy, and he was childhood friends with Michael Jackson.
He actually was.
Yeah,
right.
And that's why Michael Jackson did the hook,
right,
to help his career.
Oh, I didn't know that was Michael Jackson on it.
Yeah,
Interesting.
And it's not even Halloween. That's why you guys don't remember it. It's a good Halloween playlist song.
It's a great Halloween playlist song.
Yeah,
it'll be close. We're mid-August.
Also, the music video is kind of creepy because, it's like somebody is literally, they're in their house, like afraid of somebody outside their house watching them.
Yeah, but did you guys ever have that fear of looking outside when it was dark when you were a kid and just having someone going like this?
Right.
No,
that
would be creepy.
That's still one of my fears.
No, I always had the fear of like a witch's fingers going around like my door or door frame.
Oh, yeah, that'd be freaky.
And they'd be like, "Oh fuck, I'm out." But I've had a ghost in my house, so I'm not afraid anymore.
Not afraid of no ghosts.
Hello, Kevin.
That's a good full circle because Macaulay Culkin was friends with Michael Jackson, which I bet means that he was friends with Rockwell.
Do Macaulay Culkin, Michael Jackson, or Rockwell know the dates of the Gonzaga games for Oregon State basketball in 2024 and 2025?
No, they're going to tell you that the creepy AI ghost got it in the gateway. Just be careful. They're watching you.
The 504 gateway.
Yeah. Terry,
it
stop
just
looking.
Goes
I'm worried
to the 504 boys.
Yeah. JP, please play 5 seconds of Wobble Wobble by the 504 boys.
Now won't you wobble wobble? Let me see you shake it, shake it. Now won't you drop it?
Dude, fucking fantastic song.
It is a great song. It used to be one of my favorites.
Me too, dude.
Oh.
That was at the same time. Get Your Roll On and like five.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously those guys
Petey
had other
Pablo
hits, but,
too,
like,
right?
Yeah, but like it was just like this, like very repetitive, like hard hitting kind of southeastern rap, and it was so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I used to have that on a mix CD.
Thursday, January 16th, Gonzaga at Oregon State for men's basketball.
Speaking of New Orleans, Gonzaga.
The New Orleans of Eastern Washington, Spokane.
Yeah, that will be fun.
We don't play them.
Our basketball team will be fun
in men's. That's the one game.
That's probably good
in men's.
Yeah, wow.
That's probably a good thing.
Pure luck. We have 2 seasons to maybe play them there. I would be happy to make it only next season, if any.
Or none, yeah. For multiple reasons. Most importantly, doing away days, which we should do this year, guys. The West Coast Conference is full of great away days.
Yeah, but I saw. Did you guys see that the days they put are the days on the schedule, or is just the matchup weeks?
It's the days on the West Coast Conference's website. Let's see. Oregon State.
Men's and women's are the same day with WCC.
Thursday, February 20th, Oregon State.
So it'll be a lot to like
late February will be a great time to be in Malibu,
not home and homes.
Oh.
Saturday, February 22nd, Oregon State at San Diego.
Those 2 days. I hear you're saying, Terry, we can look at the schedule, but we know you're not coming because you can't even make it out for the Civil War football game.
Someone I know is getting married on that day. That's different.
You?
No.
Well, then who cares?
Where is Pacific?
That's
what? Stockton. UOP, baby.
We're not going.
Oh, Michael Olowokandi.
Yeah, Michael Olowokandi went to UOP. I went to UOP basketball camp and stayed on campus there, and they have a pretty decent little arena. It's kind of cool. And then the only thing that's like right when you walk in, they just have Michael Olowokandi's jersey framed.
January 9th. January 9th at Santa Clara. Santa Clara.
Yeah, that is one we should go to.
So no, I'm getting screwed because I'm missing the Portland game because I'll be in California. And then I can't go to Santa Clara because I'll be coming back before that game, like 3 days before that game. 4 days
from Santa Clara?
Well, from the Bay Area.
I forget. Santa Clara is at the Bay Area. Santa Barbara is closer to LA.
Yeah. And same with like USF. There's that game I can't do. I mean, I don't know
USF?
Same area as USF.
Loyola Marymount and Pepperdine would be very cool to go to as well.
Yeah, that could be one we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
That'd be one I think fans would like to get out for. But
Pepperdine specifically.
Hey man, you gonna go hit the beach surf, bro?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take the Steve Johnson advice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
He knew.
He knew.
What else do we have, Terry?
We're on our way to Malibu, so we'll end this episode of the 153rd episode. The episode of the 103rd episode. The Sorcerer's Stone in the stone of the sword of the Excalibur.
Made of stone.
Made of stone.
A little mini sword inside the stone.
In the terrace, waiting for Terrace Horseman to come pull it out of the stone as
they need to do
the field.
Yo, Sarah, if you're listening, put a chainsaw.
Let me pull a chainsaw out of the stone on the terrace
and let somebody win season tickets by pulling it out.
We are right here.
Man, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk a little more X's and O's football next week, or maybe we won't at all. I don't know. We'll see.
No, we'll just have more saw on the stone.
More saw on the stone.
More saw on the stone.
Right.
Suckalas.
Yep.
No, that doesn't work. Saw Excalibur. Saw Caliber. Excalibur. Yeah, Excalibur.
Why can't you do things like that in college football 25? They said this was going to be the most realistic thing ever. Why can't you take on like game programming initiatives like that?
Yeah. Hey,
why is Sarah O'Connell not in the game?
Why is Sarah O'Connell not in the game?
Why is she not in the game?
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. I didn't realize how much we'd be shouting out Sarah on this episode. But I'm glad to.
Games.
I'm glad to. Sarah's a G.
Until Sarah is reinstated or first instated into college football 25.
Yeah,
exactly.
I need to see her
tweet
saying I'm in the game.
They're a trio. They need to be in there.
Yep. Keep holding out for the right price, though, guys. Like, don't take that low ball offer. We all support you. We watch you in the game, but we support you more.
Yeah, don't just take a free copy of the game. 2 of you are Beavers and probably don't play video games. The others,
the opposable thumbs are hard.
Yeah,
it's true.
Anyway, thank you for listening to this truly unhinged episode of the Belligerent Beavs podcast. You can tell we're ready for football season to start. We've got a lot to look forward to. The thing about being 19 days till kickoff is you still got 19 days until kickoff, which is very exciting, but also a lot of time to fill. But we look forward to it and can't wait to see y'all at Reser this year. And I hope you'll keep listening to the show and watching on places like YouTube and Spotify. The video pops up on Spotify. If you're just on your phone, you put on the podcast on Spotify, the video pops up. If you don't like the way our faces look because they look weird, I won't blame you. You can just slap it to the right and the video goes away and it's back to being a podcast for your ears, not for your eyes. Look at that. Technology. It's amazing. It's really come a long way. So thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe, rate and review, all that good stuff on YouTube, especially. We're on TikTok. We are wherever you get your podcasts. Do you have like an individual TikTok account?
I don't know. It's user 69420.
User 69420. Base burner 24/7. Yeah, you can't find any of us individually on TikTok because of
no. My wife even sends me TikToks on the Belligerent Beefs TikTok messenger so that I can see them because she knows it's the only one I ever look at. So
people used to like text me TikToks and I could still watch them without having TikTok, and now like you click on it and it's like sign up for TikTok, and I'm like, I'm just not going to watch this.
I signed up for it, but I just have same thing. It's like user something, but it allows me to watch TikToks.
Yeah.
Well, so you can't find any of our
technology. This is at least
I'm
the
not
third thing. You're like, I am not doing that. Just this in the last hour and a half of this episode.
Terry's slowly becoming the Unabomber of our generation.
I'm protective of my screen.
He was already at a lake cabin this weekend.
Yeah, the Terry Bomber.
Lake cabins are dope. And Terry Bomber does sound
true.
cool. I'm not going to harm anyone, but I wouldn't mind if that nickname stuck.
The Terry Bomber.
I'm Terry Bomber.
So you can follow if you can guess user a bunch of numbers. You can follow JP and Benny on TikTok, I guess. But
like
don't work too hard.
Combination.
Anyway, you can also listen to the show on Apple Podcasts and any basically whatever podcast hosting platform that you can think of. If it exists, we're on it. If it's not, fuck it.
Terry, who's opening something? Benny, is that you opening something?
That's me fidgeting with a little wrapper.
Okay. You're opening something.
It's been 153 episodes, so I think it's safe to say you're aware of the concept of microphones and how they work. You call me anti-technology while you speak 6 inches from a microphone and make a different noise 9 inches away from the same microphone.
It was a new. It feels like
I don't
really nice.
I always fidget with these. These are fun, and the little AirPod case.
Yeah.
Oh,
flipping those around,
flipping up, flipping down.
I had to try to not.
Do
that all the time.
That guy fidgeting with his AirPods case is Jade Bertram.
Yeah,
he's in Portland.
Oh,
he just dropped his AirPods case and it made a loud noise. You can follow him on Twitter. I'm only calling it Twitter now because Elon's doing some bullshit with the links that are burying views and stuff, and it's making me mad. So I'm only calling it Twitter.
Yeah.
On Twitter at the Trill J. That's
We're
at
totally
the _Trill_J because he's too Trill to be real. And on Instagram at JP Bertram. And of course, the man no longer playing with the rapper, the man with unlimited nicknames, Benjamin Lawrence Sebastian Wehage, a.k.a. Benny with the Good Quaff, a.k.a. Benny Burner, a.k.a. Benny Blastoff, a.k.a. Benny Scoops, a.k.a. Benny Bedlam, because he's fucking crazy, folks, a.k.a. Benny Bowl Game. Did I say that already? Benny, I'll see you at the Idaho State game.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Actually, I'll see you on the day before the Idaho State game when you pick me up from the airport. Thanks in advance. You can follow him on all social media channels at Benny L1986. I am and have been and continue to be Terry Horseman at Terry Horseman on Twitter and at Terrence Horseman on Instagram.com and at Terrace Horseman on the Terrace, at the Terrace on the Terrace app. There needs to be a Terrace app. Like there's a research app, but it's like a Terrace. Like, no, this is just this section of the stadium. It tells you where two beer kiosks are and 12 porta potties are, and where Terry
and a saw in the stone
and a saw in the stone. And hasn't
wonder
been
if those
pulled
porta
out
potties
yet.
are going
No.
away.
They better not. They better not. Those things are saviors. There's not enough bathrooms. There's still not enough bathrooms in research. We need more porta potties. Hashtag more porta potties, please. And follow the show at Belligerent Beavs on Twitter, at Belligerent Beavs everywhere else. Instagram, TikTok, the aforementioned TikTok, Facebook, MySpace, Friendster, Blue Sky, Instant Messenger. Put us on your buddy list. and we'll chat.
Yep, we'll chat.
We'll chat GPT.
Yeah.
There's a little
there we go. Hey, all right. Woo, yeah.
There,
Oh, nice.
There's the harmony back in the episode. We're all friends.
Yeah.
We love each other.
All right. We're back. We're so back.
Thank you so much, dear
Thank
listener, for listening to this 153rd episode and the 152 episodes before this. As I've mentioned, it is a narrative podcast. Please start at the beginning. Please stop fidgeting, Benny. And please join us again next week for a brand new episode of the Belligerent Beavs podcast, episode 154, which is not 504, boys. Wobble wobble, but that is a great song. You should listen to
Shake it,
right
shake
now.
it.
And I hope you enjoyed the 5 seconds that JP
It's
definitely
the 541.
super for sure played earlier. The 541 boys. What? Thank you to everyone. Go Beavs. As we march towards kickoff, 19 days to go. More realignment rumors to come. And as we weather this storm, remember, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter what they take away, they still cannot spell chop 'em without hope. So chop 'em.
Chop 'em.
Chop 'em.
Bees back, baby.
And you can find us in British Columbia, South America, baby.